And we're live.
Hello. Welcome to In the Burbs with Amy, and I'm Gina, and it is Wednesday, April the 30th, the last day of April, Amy.
Yep.
April's a good month for you. You have an anniversary in April.
Yes, I just had an anniversary weekend in
Nashville. Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun.
Yeah?
And my cousin.
I love Nashville. I don't go very often. You get to go a lot with Peter. Always has conferences and things there.
Yes. And it's if you have never been to Nashville, it's such a clean town. It's easy to get around. The people are amazingly friendly. And
it's like a boom town. Like the growth there, the building. I mean, the last time I was there's so much construction going on because they're just growing and growing and growing.
It's
people
like
are moving there like crazy.
20 years ago.
Yes.
And you can walk down the strip, Broadway, and you can go to a honky tonk. You can get I like to go to.
I asked her if she went to a honky tonk. She said she didn't.
I drove down it just because my cousin was with me, but she'd already been down there too. But then we went to close to there is Leaper's Fork and Franklin, adorable. And
Franklin's supposed to be a really cute little town. I have not been there.
Oh my gosh, it's
don't
really
the celebrities live in Franklin?
Yes, and they had a festival going on, and it was super cute. And then when we came back, we just kind of like drove around like these fancy neighborhoods, and we were all looking up. Oh gosh, this
where they live
house is $15 million. Oh my gosh, this house is $20 million. 10 minutes outside of that strip is just like this.
Well, see, I haven't done that. I haven't made the drive outside. Next time I go, I want to do that and see the.
I highly recommend.
And celebrities, I'm talking about the country stars that live there, like Keith Urban
Chris
and
Stapleton.
Oh, you saw a lot of their homes.
I mean, even one of Gina's green.
Okay, so I don't know anything about this, but it's on my phone. We're not getting paid for any of this.
We're just telling you we're trying them.
But it's called Groons. I think I'm saying that right. And it's a superfood green gummies. I love a gummy. You know what I'm saying? So okay, 60 ingredients, whole food vegetables, fruits, vitamins, minerals, super mushrooms, antioxidants, blah, 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 for your gut health. And it's vegan, gluten-free, nut-free, dairy-free, no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, yada, yada, yada. We will see. I've started taking them. You take 8 a day, and you can get in these little there's an empty packet. It's hard
to get in all your greens every day.
And it is. Even though I try to eat healthy, I don't get them in some days.
And even if you eat a salad 3 times a day,
it's still not, you're not getting what this provides. And it's it's good for, it says gut health, energy, immunity, recovery, beauty, cognition. What else can we ask for?
We'll report back. We'll start taking them.
Said
I'm going to order it.
She's going to order it. She just had her first 8. I will say taking them now, maybe 3 or 4 days. And I feel good, but my tummy's adjusting because I'm a little bloaty. So lots of water because you're taking extra. This is probably more than you're not used to all this.
If anyone else is doing some kind of,
I would love to know. I
always hear advertised.
There's different
products. Things like, that people are taking. So if you have something that you love, share it with us.
And I will say these don't taste bad at all. They taste pretty good because I had ordered some powdered green mix to go in like a smoothie or a drink, and it tasted so horrible I couldn't do it. So these I can tolerate.
Oh, I wanted to share.
What?
I did love Jeff Ruby. My cousin and her husband came, and they had all these gift certificates because apparently they have a Jeff Ruby in Columbus, and they had never used it. So anyway, that helped take down the bill substantially because it's like really crazy.
What are you talking about? A restaurant?
Yeah, it's delicious. It's
called
delicious
what?
Steakhouse.
Jeff Ruby in Nashville?
Yes, and it is. I mean, it's like melting your mouth.
She acts like I know all these places, like Jeff Ruby, in Nashville.
No,
is it Is it like a famous place?
Well, they have them. I think they have one.
So there's the chain.
One in Columbus. So yeah,
sort of.
It's like a Bones. Like really fancy.
I've never been.
You gotta go.
I gotta go.
You gotta go for your anniversary
In Nashville.
In Nashville.
Do they have one in Atlanta? No.
No, we don't.
I've never heard of it.
We don't have one in Atlanta.
Okay.
And then we also went to, if you go to Nashville, they have a couple Biscuit Love. I don't even like biscuits, but their East Nasty is a chicken thigh this big, breaded, Gina, on a biscuit.
I love me some good chicken.
And they have like delicious coffee, delicious chai tea. We had like these lemon, almost like a donut, and they were in like a sauce with blueberries.
That sounds very bougie. So you found some of the really good places in Nashville other than the honky tonks. You're talking about some really cool restaurants and rooftops and
you don't have to
shopping.
Eat like hot chicken all weekend.
Right.
Although you should have a bite of hot chicken.
And you don't have to, if you go to Nashville, you don't have to feel like if you're not going to the honky tonk restaurants and bars, you're not having a good time. There's a lot to do.
There's a lot to see
I like
and
it.
do and shop and performing arts. And we also went just because the hotel was literally walking, like there was a
Mhm.
green to Halls, not we have Halls
The
here,
Hal's Steakhouse, yeah.
That's Halls. And they started in Charleston and they own High Cotton in Charleston and another restaurant I can't think that Peter and I have been to in Charleston. And it was amazing,
Really?
amazing service.
Good
Halls.
to know. Halls in Nashville.
And
All right.
it's like across the street, there's a high rise. Hall's Steakhouse is on this side. Hall's Seafood is on this side.
Mm.
And to be honest with you, the steak place had a seafood tower. So they had both.
I love this. This is good information because I've never been to any of these restaurants.
I'm a little bit like
she's a little loopy. She's still dealing with her
normal stuff.
her allergies. She's still recovering. Amy, you've had this for a while. I hope you get better.
Thank you.
So
maybe my greens will help.
Well, that's why we're going to try these groons.
Greens.
Okay,
so that was my weekend. It was so fun and happy anniversary to Peter and I, and happy birthday to my cousin's husband, Tom, who's the nicest guy in the whole world.
Oh,
he's a fireman and she's a nurse. How cute are they?
Oh, very cute.
Civil servants and helping the world, save the world. And it was his 60th birthday.
Nice.
This month. So we had a nice time. They're easy to travel with. You know how you have people that are
you could tell from your pictures that you were having a good time and you felt relaxed.
Easy going.
Yeah, you travel with people, and then there's people that you travel with, and you come to the realization, we're never traveling with them again.
And even though it sounded like we went to a lot of fancy restaurants, we also were like, let's try this taco place. You know what I mean? Like
those are the best places to find the fun hole in the wall that turn out to be. There's a restaurant in Tybee called Sunday Cafe, Tybee Island. It's written up in Southern Living. It is a well-known foodie, popular seafood restaurant down in Tybee. And Tybee's low key, as you know. It is literally anywhere. It's literally next to a gas station in like a little strip mall with a liquor store on one side of it, Choose gas station on the other, and an ATM. It's like you would never in a million years go in there thinking you're getting, deliciousness. And it's one of the most popular restaurants, written up all the time, Sunday Cafe, and it's literally in a strip mall. Those are the best places to find.
I love it when they just do a few things and they do them extraordinarily well. Like I don't need 1 million options. Like if you do shrimp and grits well, do that. If you do a steak well, do that. And
that's a good point.
Yeah, like Biscuit Love, like the menu's not gigantic when what they do is incredible.
With a biscuit.
Or you can get some stuff without a biscuit. They just happen to be Biscuit Love. You should.
Now I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Well, we're going to talk a little bit. I don't know.
About somebody
that we all can relate to, and we kind of grew up with.
In college, this was our supermodel.
Christie Brinkley.
Christy Turlington.
All those models of the 80s.
She might be a little older than them. But
who was the one married to the guy from the Cars?
Oh, Paulina
Portsakova. Yes. And she didn't end up having a lot of nice things to say about him after he passed away. He didn't. No, that's another that's another day.
For like 30 years or something crazy.
Yeah, but she's part of that brat pack of models, I guess, supermodels.
And what Gina and I were saying about Christie Brinkley is she was very athletic looking. She wasn't
your normal skinny twiggy.
Looked like she started herself. She may have started herself. I don't know, but she looked like she lifted weights and she was fit, like a swimmer with nice.
She had curves. She had curves, and she even said going into it, she wasn't, she felt insecure because she did have more curves and more. Mm-hmm. She was a natural beauty, obviously, because to be 71, she was 71 February 25th, I think. I don't know what I read. I mean, she looks. You got to say what you want, and I know she's had can afford to do whatever needs to be done, but I don't, and nobody knows what she's had done. But even if she's had work done, okay.
She's had some good work.
It's been good work, but whatever she's had done, there's only so much work that can be done. Yes. She still looks phenomenal for 71. And her face, her body, she was wearing these shorts going into on a television show interview, walking down the streets in New York City in these shorts and heels and a little cute blazer. She looked from afar, even close up. This could have been a 35, 40-year-old woman walking down the street and you wouldn't have thought differently. That's how beautiful she is.
She reminds me of her physique of like a Cindy Crawford, and Cindy Crawford
Cindy,
is not
she's the
a
same
typical
way.
skinny model. And so they don't do a ton of runway work, but they do some because they're so famous that they,
More
sometimes get
cover
that.
models. They're
More cover model.
covered.
Yeah.
And Christie's, I think she's done over 500 covers.
Yes.
She was like the cover girl model.
Yes. A lot of like Sports Illustrated
Yes.
or athletic magazines or
that
but
iconic
Vogue and
sports
everything, but not necessarily a runway model because they are so tiny.
That iconic Sports Illustrated cover with all of them on there.
Yes.
That was like what, back in the 80s, 90s?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I just kind of
and then
admired her from afar.
woke, and I want everybody to be accepting of their body, but I'm going to take the side of Bill Maher, and it's going to be an unpopular one. I don't want to see an obese person on Sports Illustrated. That's not sporty. That's not healthy. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not
obese,
inspirational. It doesn't inspire me. And you would think a Sports Illustrated magazine is about sports, and it's supposed to inspire you to.
That's unpopular.
I agree.
I want everybody to be confident in their body.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are a heavier person and you're like, no, I'm fit and I feel good, and then good for you. But I'm saying,
no fat shaming, right? We can't do that.
Absolutely not. But if like your joints hurt and you're tired, and you're having breathing problems, that's because
you're unhealthy. So it's more about our health. You have to think
health,
and sometimes when you don't take care of yourself, of course, a byproduct of that. Oh, hello, honey. Not now. Sometimes a byproduct of not taking care of yourself is gaining weight and obesity. You're not exercising, you're not eating healthy. And then there's people that do all the right things and still struggle. So no judgment on that. We all have our issues. So just do the best you can, take care of yourself. Exactly. But the point is, you don't have to look like a skinny twig supermodel. That I think that was the message that she always had with her modeling, was that I can be kind of normal, even though I'm sure she had to, I mean, come on. And back in the day, the competition. 5'9.5", I read, which is
so also,
not like
also not a supermodel,
not like 5'11", 5'9.5". That's pretty tall.
But she led this great life. Gina and we were talking about earlier. She got discovered walking on the street in Paris,
which is crazy.
Which
happens.
And she was an art student. Her father's a physician, so she had this kind of charmed life. But she seems like she's never been in trouble, although she's had a lot of marriages. But then when you read about what happened in her marriages, you're like, like she was.
The first guy was a very short-lived marriage. I don't even remember his name. She was married to him for like a couple of years. I'm not sure.Maybe somebody she met in France. I don't know. I don't even have his name. Number two was the one we all know and well.
Famous.
No, the most famous, of course, is Billy Joel.
Uptown Girl.
And which she titled her book, Uptown Girl. Remember the video? Amy and I were talking about the video.
She's not a great actor. She sure is beautiful.
And not really a great dancer. She kind of bopped around in that video, but she's beautiful. And what I read is that I didn't know. I guess I knew Billy suffered with alcoholism. I don't remember that. Mm-hmm. I think he's sober now and lives a sober life.
So talented.
But when they were married, the alcoholism came into play.
Very binging.
And he was go off on these 5-10 day like benders that some alcoholics do, and would disappear. And she's just kept, in her book, she writes, he just disappeared. And I mean, how much can you take of that?
And they had a child.
And they did have that little.
Have that around your child.
Right.
So I'm so happy that Billy Joel is clean. And
he's doing great.
I think he's happily married.
I think so. But what I did like is what he said to her about this book, because she said they're still friends. Of course they are. I mean, he went through, he had a sickness and he dealt with it. And they have a beautiful child, Alexa Ray, out of it, who's very talented and goes on tour with Billy Joel sometimes. But she asked him, are you okay with me writing this book? I am going to write a book. It's going to be a memoir, and there's going to be stuff about you, and it might not be good. And he said, hey, do what you got to do. The good, the bad, the ugly. That's part of my recovery, is dealing and accepting all the impact that had on the people I was close to. So he was all for it. So I think that was very mature of him, and very, he just said that's part of his recovery, to be open and honest and not hold back. Good for him. I think that was very powerful.
she likes being married because she got married 4 times. So
Another
she's the
marriage.
person that likes to be married.
Yeah.
And then so who'd she marry after Billy Joel?
Another gentleman. I don't remember his name.
Peter Cook.
Peter Cook was the 4th one. He was somewhat famous. I think he was a model himself.
I don't know. He was very attractive.
He was very attractive, but then ended up cheating on her. Kids. And they had the one little girl, Sailor. Because I remember that name, Sailor, and thinking it was such a cool name. And now I know a little sailor. Melissa has a granddaughter named Sailor.
That's so cute. Our kid's name.
You know, yeah, it's not super popular, but I think Christie Brinkley put it on the map, if you want my opinion, because I never heard of it until
she led this life where she was always doing something. And I don't know if she did endorsements, or maybe she had a fitness thing. I don't know what she had.
I don't know that she ever had a fitness thing. She's also an artist.
Yeah,
she's very talented.
Through her whole life. She always was doing something, and she did a couple movies. She's, the most famous movie was probably Vacation. Yeah. She's like, "Are you going to go for it?" Remember, she's in a Ferrari next to.
She drives by.
Driving,
what's his name?
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase. That's the best scene ever.
And she's just perfect. And so she's just, I don't know, she's just lived this interesting life.
I would say healthy, clean life to look as good as she does at her age. I think she lives a good, healthy life and has a good, healthy lifestyle. So good for her. I just, check it out. It's Christie Brinkley, Uptown Girl, her memoir. So I don't know. I just kind of I think because like you and I said, somebody that we kind of grew up with and can relate to. I don't know that I can relate to her, but you know what I mean.
Relate to her perfection.
I admire her. Let's just say admire her, because I think she looks beautiful.
When she's in an interview, that she's very nice and easy to talk to. Yeah, and honest about anything, plastic surgery, whatever. She'll tell you the truth.
But we were talking about, speaking of marriages, I mean, when you've been married 4 times, and I asked Amy this, I'm like, do you think?
I've not been married 4 times.
No, she has not been married. Neither have I. I've been married a long time. You've been married.
I've been married a long time to
two different people, but still a long time. Like, you're 15 years with Peter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time.
It really is.
Double that and add a few, and we're over here. But I guess my point is, with when you've been married a long time, the thought of, and people get divorced all the time when they've been married 30, 40 years. The empty nest syndrome is very, very common for people to get divorced, because the kids go away and then they wait for the kids to leave. That happens all the time. But I guess what I'm saying is, what I'm asking out there, if you've been married and you get divorced, if you get remarried, is it easier to go ahead and get divorced again, and then maybe a 3rd time? Is it because, Amy, you made a good point.
Elizabeth Taylor and Christie Brinkley.
It was for Elizabeth and Christie, but then their celebrity status, so their worlds are a little bit different. Financially, they're fine. They don't need anybody to help them or support them. They're all financially independently wealthy.
I was just reading the Marjorie Post book. I recommend it. I think she was married maybe 5 times.
Oh, okay, but see.
But if you read her book, you'd be like, yeah.
But then you made a good point. Maybe it's easier because you're stronger, and you know what you can put up with and you can't put up with anymore. And you don't have to put up with certain things. And you're like, it's about me and my happiness. And I'm not saying, when there's kids involved, you make sacrifices. People do it all the time. You stay, like you were just saying. When there's kids, you have to work it out. And I'm not saying just run out and get divorced when things go bad. I just wonder if after the 2nd or 3rd, if it just becomes, if the whole marriage vibe it doesn't.
I don't know, but I think
you know where I'm going with this?
If you're a celebrity or you're super famous, sometimes you get exploited. And I think both Christie Brinkley and definitely Marjorie Post were exploited.
I'm talking about the regular, everyday people.
I think the everyday, regular people, if they've been married
twice, is it easy to?
I don't know. I'm the opposite, where I'm like, I don't want to get divorced. That's embarrassing. I don't want to.
Well, and I know there are reasons when you have to, when it is, when you've been abused, physically abused, sexually abused. There's all kinds of reasons. Alcoholism, when it gets to the point where it got with Christie Brinkley, when he was leaving her and gone for 8 days. Mm-hmm. I mean, there comes a time you have a limit, and I get that. But, you want to try to work things out if you can, but then there's times when you just can't, right? Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with that.
We want to know what people think.
If you've been married 3, 4 times.
Been married 4 times. It seems like she loves to be in love.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't read that book, but I've read so many articles about her that, Peter Cook cheated on her. Is
Right.
that a reason to get divorced?
Absolutely.
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
Now, I'd say there are people that go through infidelity in a marriage. They go through counseling. They get it worked out. They forgive and
They
somehow,
solve the problem.
and that's fine. And
Yes.
I don't.
I think it'd be intimidating to be married to somebody so famous. And the same thing with
Yeah,
Marjorie
that's
Post
got to
when
be
coming in
hard.
and somebody was like, I mean, almost like in today's money would be a billionaire. And Marjorie Post, I'm just going to tell you, you have to read this book. She was for a long period of time. It wasn't like a short marriage. It was like 20 years. She was married to a guy that was the ambassador to Russia. And they were a pivotal part of like getting Russian relations. They really were. And she was a fantastic host. I mean, like, she'd have to ship stuff from the United States because guess what? They don't have pineapples or oranges or fresh stuff in communist countries. They don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
You think everybody gets free stuff, and you do, but you don't want any of the stuff that they're giving you in communist countries. And so she would imagine a dinner party where you'd never seen an orange or a pineapple before. And so she threw these lavish parties and everybody wanted to attend. But anyway, then when he ended up losing his job or he was done with that, he kind of got insecure, I guess. And it was kind of mean to her. And she's just like, after all I did for you, all I did for you. And so, but then Gina and I were talking about, we know single people. And when you talk to them about who is in the market, first of all, if you're 50, a guy that's 50 want to date someone that's 35. So that's tough. And then just the market in general, it's like, I have a girlfriend that's single and she's like, what do you think about this? And I'm just like, oh dear God, no to all of that.
No, that's the thing.
No.
The being on the market right now at our age, no. I've said that I use that joke in my comedy all the time. If something happened to me, my husband would be on the dating app so fast it'd make your head spin. But if something happened to him,
he wouldn't. There's only one Gina.
Oh, please, Amy, come on,
He
we
would
know.
just build a
But for
shrine
me,
to Gina.
a shrine, and burn all my clothes, burn
night.
all my Amazon orders that I did.
He would be so sad.
Oh, he would be sad. He would be sad, and I would be sad. I'm okay. I better move on. I better move on.
This weekend coming up.
Yes, we have
baby planning preparation.
Yes, I'm going to be a Gigi. If you don't,
Gigi.
In July. Mackenzie, my oldest, is due July 14th, and we're having a little baby shower this weekend. Amy, we're real excited, and I'm just excited because it's here. A couple months, it'll be here.
I know it's very.
And I'm going to be a Gigi, and I'm very, very excited.
You're going to be a Gigi, and my exciting thing is I got some graduation pictures from Anna today. She's graduating,
and she looks absolutely beautiful.
The University of Tennessee. And the cutest one is when she's with Henry, her schnoodle.
He's so cute. He's a schnoodle?
He's a schnauzer and a poodle. He's a schnoodle.
But he's tall.
He's big. He is not.
He doesn't have any lab in him.
Well, we don't know.
Oh, he looks like he has some lab.
Anna tested him. Yeah, he didn't come back with any lab.
No lab?
Nuh-uh, but he is ornery and he is so cute. So I just am so proud of her, and I'm proud of all my kids, but she has, she's the one graduating from college right now. She's worked so hard, and she's starting a program in Greenville in the fall, and we're just going to have a great summer.
Yes.
And I'm
congrats
just really
to Anna. I know you're proud of her.
She lives in a house, Gina, with 13 other girls, which I think we talked about this in the past, and they all already graduated or they are all graduating, and they really sacrifice. Like they took summer classes, or at Tennessee, you could take like a mini semester and over Christmas. And so they really worked with the counselors at Tennessee to get out in 4 years, which is your parents are so grateful because it's like, oh dear God, we have to fork out another tens of thousands of dollars. So it's just like they worked really
hard. And it sounds like with all of them living together, they were probably pushing each other and relying on each other and inspiring each other and to work hard, which is good.
And they all are getting these great jobs.
That's great.
I mean, with big companies, Procter and Gamble, or one of them's
that's
moving
great.
to New York. I don't want to say it's Ann Taylor, but she got a job with
a big fashion,
a recognizable fashion house. And,
nice.
It's just exciting. I'm so proud of you. All the girls. I live in they call it the hotel, their house. I'm so proud of you, and they work so hard, and it's good.
You can say go Vols.
Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Yeah,
I never say go
I can't
Vols.
wait. So graduation is May 17th.
It's coming up. Like lots of people graduating. High school graduations usually the end of May.
So
college graduations.
Graduating.
It's fun. This is a good time.
I saw Ella's. Congratulations, Ella. I saw pictures.
My
So
niece
pretty.
is graduating high school this year. My
So
sister's
nice.
youngest, and that's
Nice to see
Yeah.
young people doing good
Doing
things
well.
and working hard and having the hard work pay off, which is so nice.
Yes. So lots of fun things coming up. Amy, anything else? We got Mother's Day next weekend. My mom's coming in town for the baby shower.
That'd be nice.
And the Braves are in town this weekend. They're playing the Dodgers, which is huge down at Truist Park. If you can get tickets, they're probably outrageous.
Nice.
But the Dodgers, that's going to be huge for Braves fans to go see them play.
Last year, we went to Mother's Day up here by you at the 7 Acres, which is so lovely.
Yeah, I love 7 Acre.
And I was on the phone with Peter when I was driving out here, and I'm like, I've seen 24 horses. I just can't get over it.
We are
come out
truly
here. It's so
in the
beautiful.
burbs.
And there are baby cows and all kinds of horses
and
it's just
goats and
green.
chickens.
It looks like Kentucky. It's so green. And
I
it's
don't
just
have any of
gorgeous.
I don't have any of those animals in my possession, but they're all around me, and my walks are filled with all of that every day, which I love.
So peaceful.
Well, I think that's all we have today.
That's all we have. Let us know if you're reading something really good that you want us to read or check out, and we will. And also let you know what we're watching. Gina and I are still watching.
We're still watching Your Friends and Neighbors. The last episode, I didn't think it was that great. I thought it was like a filler episode.
I hate it when they have the fillers.
Don't you think it was a filler?
I even thought
it was like,
I even thought the episode before this was a filler when they did the long party scene. That guy selling the toilet. I was like, this is silly.
I was really intrigued with the show, and I still am with John Hamm. We've been talking about it. Your Friends and Neighbors. It's on Apple TV. I still love it, but it's let's go. What's going to happen? It was like a filler episode, and there was something that I did catch over the weekend that I wanted to share if you're interested in watching. It's a new documentary on Netflix, I believe. It was about the Oklahoma City bombing. It's the 30th anniversary. I just realized that. It was 30 years ago, 1995, Timothy McVeigh. And you know the story, because we were all, if you're watching us, you probably remember it. It was 30th. It was the first time something like that happened in the U.S. A federal
domestic
terrorist. And that was, and when you watch the video and some of the videos that were, people talking, some of the things they were saying will really kind of blow your mind, but you have to realize it was 30 years ago. Nobody expected it to be this Timothy McVeigh, this white man from, I don't think he was actually from Oklahoma, but from the area. I think Kansas, maybe. I'm not sure, but it's a good documentary. Yeah, it was sad, hard to watch because you saw people that survived. There were interviews with survivors, but I just forgot about that whole thing. So it's a new documentary on Netflix, 30th anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombings. Check it out.
Something that's coming back out, 4th season, Ted Lasso.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
So lots of, and we talked about this last week, but just a reminder, Brett Goldstein.
He's got a stand-up. Goldstein
has a new stand-up
on Netflix as well.
And I haven't watched it yet, but I saw a clip of it, and I love him.
He's hilarious. He's probably a little raunchy. I'm sure his comedies might be, but it's Netflix. So
when I hear interviews with him, he throws out the F-bomb a lot. So I'm assuming it's going to have that, but I'm going to watch it and report back.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, we love you. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, that's next not, week. We'll talk about that next week.
Buy your mother something.
Yeah, go ahead and start shopping.
Send your mother a card.
That's right. Kids. Take care.
Love you.
My stomach.